Okay, hello and good morning. Let's talk about today's work. We're going to continue our lesson on variables on both sides. You will have your first test next week, and I'll give you a practice test then. Let's take a look here. What we're going to do is draw a line and separate these two sides. Now, you have variables on both sides, which is today's lesson. And remember I told you to go after the smaller one. So 4a is smaller. So you would subtract 4a from both sides. And when you do, you get negative 3 plus a is equal to negative 10. Now all you do is add 3 and you're done. Here you have more negatives, so it's going to be a negative 7. Okay, the next one, or the back side of your worksheet, is going to be a little harder. Draw your line the same way. Distribute. Rewrite all of this. That gives you plus 2. Positive times a negative, that's 1 negative. 2 times 3p is 6p. Now you're going to combine like terms. Write that down and memorize that. Well, since this one and this one are both p's and they're on the same side, you would say 8 minus 6 is 2p. Okay, now 2p is smaller than 3p, so you would subtract 2p. And then you're going to add 6 to both sides, and you're going to get p is equal to 8. And that's how you do that. And so today's worksheet, I want you to do both sides. The answers are at the bottom, and I went ahead and skipped it to number 17 just to give you some harder problems here. Okay, all right, let's take a look now at geometry. Okay, you know next month is your EOC, and let's take a look here. These are some EOC questions right here, so make sure you pay attention. All right, so area of a circle, and area is the inside here. So that would be pi radius squared. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Use your formula sheet if you don't have them memorized yet, but you need to get them memorized. If you are absent, the formula sheets are up on that cart in the front of the room. Circumference is the distance around a circle, so that's pi times diameter. Make sure you memorize these, put a star by this. All right, let's go on. Find perimeter. All right, now look, this one right here is in the shape of something here, but you want to go around it. So you want to go this side, that's going to be 8. You want to add whatever this is, half a circle, x. This piece is 8, and this piece is 4. So to go all the way around it, you're going to have to find out what x is. And x is half of a circle. So you want to do circumference equals pi times diameter is the whole circle, but we only want half of it, so you want to divide by 2. So you're going to take 3.14 times the diameter. So if you imagine this as a full circle, like this, you can see that this would be your diameter. So the side of the rectangle, which is 4, is also the diameter of that circle. So it's going to be times 4, but you want to divide by 2 because you only want half of it. Half of the circle here. Okay? So you get your calculator and you just start adding. 8 and 8 is 16, plus 4 is 20. And then you do your work here. So 3.14. I want you to always divide last. All right, so get a number, press equal, divide by 2, and you get 6.28. And so when you add that up, you get 26.28. And this is perimeter, so it's just going to be inches. So it's 1 degree. Okay, you don't have to write the 1. Now area of this figure, when you do area, you have a rectangle, which is length times width, and plus you want to add half a circle, called a semicircle. Well, the whole circle is pi radius squared, but we want half of it. And here's how you do it. So you're going to do 4 times 8 is going to give you the area of the rectangle. So 4 times 8 plus pi times the radius squared. Now 4 is not the radius is half of that, so the radius is 2, so it's going to be 2 times 2. And so let's go ahead and do this. Let me put parentheses so it doesn't look like a decimal. So clear that out. 4 times 8 is going to give you 32 plus 2 times 2 is 4, so that's going to be 4 times 3.14, press equals, divide by 2, and I get 6.28, and when you add that up you get the area, and that's going to be square inches. Okay, so plus 32, and I get 38.28, and that's my answer. And there it is, and that's how you do that. Any questions on how to do either of these figures? Make sure you memorize this, okay? If they want area, you have to do a rectangle plus half a circle. If they want perimeter, you have to do all the way around the edges plus this outside piece, which is half of the circumference, okay? All right, not too hard, but there it is. Number 6 is area of the sector. Remember, you take the whole circle, which is 360 degrees, but you have a fraction of it times pi radius squared. Pi radius squared is the area of a circle, but you only want part of the circle. And there it is. So you're going to take 20 times 3.14 times radius squared. The radius here is 8, so it's going to be 8 times 8. And all of that is going to be divided by 360. Okay? So hopefully you did this. If not, get your calculator and do it with me. So here we go. 8 times 8 is 64. I usually work backwards. Times 3.14 times 20, press equals, divide by 360, and I get 11.2 square inches. Remember, if it's area, it's square. And again, that's called area of the sector. And all it is a fraction times the whole circle. Okay? So this is your fraction times the area of a circle. All right, let's go on. Today's work, we're doing area of regular polygons. All right, so let's take a look at today's worksheet. Now, a regular polygon means the sides are congruent and the angles are congruent. Write that down when you get your worksheet. Okay, make sure you fill that out. All right, now here's how you do it. For number 1, if you look at it in the whole first page, they give you the apothem. So area is equal to 1/2 AP. A is your apothem, which is this piece right here. So put 4 square root of 3 over 3 times perimeter. This is 8, 8, and 8. So 8 times 3 is 24. That's your perimeter. Okay. And then you just get your calculator. All right. So let's do it. Get your calculator out. Here we go. Now work backwards. Press 3, shift, square root times 4. Now I'm going to put a little tab in the computer for calculator. And if you have your calculator, you get the points. If you don't, you're going to get 0. Okay, and I'm not going to change that. Times 24. And I'm going to start checking tomorrow. Divided by, press equals, divided by 2 times 3 is 6. And I get 27.7. And let me take a look at this and let me think about this. Okay, so for some reason here we didn't get this. So is it right? Well, I got 27.7. Well, let's convert their answer, and I bet you it's the same thing. So press 3 shift square root times 16. And it is the same thing, okay? So we did it right, and there it is. So the front side is like that. It's not too hard. They give you the apothem. Like for this one, this is your apothem. This is the answer. And here's the side. So you're going to multiply 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 12 times 9 is going to give you the perimeter. So the first side's easy because they give you everything you need. But the back side is harder. So I want you to take a look at number 11. Now watch carefully. All right. Draw that diagram, number 11. And here's how I would do it. I would go ahead and break this up into triangles just like you were taught. And there's 3 triangles, so you're going to take 360, divide it by 3. When you do that, you're going to get 130. So this angle right here, this upper angle, should be 130 degrees. Right here. Okay? So put 130 degrees right there. Now take this triangle and split it down the middle. All right, let me just verify that number because it's important. It's actually 120. So change that to 120. Okay? All right, make sure you check your numbers out, okay? All right, so it's 120 and that's good. Now we're going to split it and we're going to take out this triangle right here. So if you take 120 and you split it, you get 60 degrees. So this angle is a 60 degrees. So this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle right there. Okay? And they tell you this part is 18, but we need the apothem and we need x. Okay? So you're going to have to either use trig or special triangles. I'm going to use special triangles. 1, 2, square root of 3. Put your circles. Okay, across from the 60 goes the square root of 3. Across from the 30 goes the 1. Across from the 90 goes to 2. So you're going to have 2 over 18, 1 over a, and square root of 3 over x. This back part is the hardest one, okay? So you're going to get 2a is equal to 18. So the apothem is going to be 18 divided by 2, which is going to be 9. Remember your formula, it's 1/2 AP. So it's going to be 1/2 times 9. Now we need to get the perimeter. To get the perimeter, you got to get x, and then you got to double it to get the whole side, and then you got to multiply by 3 to get the perimeter. Okay, so it's a little bit of work. So you're going to take 2 over 18 is equal to square root of 3 over x, and you're going to cross multiply, so you get 2x is equal to 18 square root of 3. You're going to divide 18 by 2 and get 9. So x is equal to 9 square root of 3, but you want to double it. See, from here to here is your x. So that's 9 square root of 3, but you want to add another 9 square root of 3 to get the whole side. Okay? So you want to take, and here's how you do it. So watch and listen. I'm going to take square root of 3 times 9, press equals. Then I'm going to double it, so times 2, press equals. So the whole side is 31.17. And then I'm going to multiply by 3. So times 3 is going to give me my perimeter. So the perimeter is 93.53 and some change. Since I have all of this on the calculator, I'm going to do times 9, press equals, divide by 2, press equals. I get 420.9. That's what I get, 420.9. Now I'm going to check this answer, clear it out. Press 3, shift, square root, times 243 press equals, I get 420.9, which is the same thing. And so this backside is where you really want to concentrate, okay? If you can do the front, that's the easy stuff. This backside is harder, okay? So like for this one right here, you would figure out that angle. You would do trig to get x. They already give you the apothem. So 1/2 times the apothem. And then what you got to do is do your special triangles to get x. Then you're going to double it, and then you're going to multiply this side by 6 to get the perimeter. And so these are harder, so make sure you can do them. All right, have a good morning.